young, not a huge amount of depth potentially to the batting for Ireland. They'll need their top order to fire, which it hasn't been doing so thus far here in Bangladesh.
There's a lot of work to be done. Well, the seats there to be taken, but the umpires are coming out, and it's so very good to see. Just a reduction of 3 overs per side, and I'm sure, as you mentioned, Ireland will try and turn things around. They need a little bit of a good performance, maybe not a win in particular. A win would be absolutely marvelous, but just overall performance in all departments of the game. Bangladesh will be oozing with confidence, and their batters will be looking to go after the bowling. Liton Das has been amongst the runs. He's looked very threatening in the previous game as he plays his 70th match, and of course he'll be partnered by a man who's come back after a long time away from international cricket, but immediately made a name for himself and has really batted with a lot of bravery and positiveness. Ronnie Talukdar.
I think he's batted with a lot of freedom, hasn't he? He's clearly been given a role, as there is Ireland's captain, Paul Stirling. He's tended to want to start with spin. We saw Harry Tector open the bowling in the first T20I. This time, I think he's going to go to Gareth Delaney, the leg spinner. He's generally performed quite well as a bowler in T20I cricket over the last 18 months or so. Some good numbers, and he was the top scorer for Ireland in that abridged first game, where Ireland did threaten, maybe for the first time in any of the matches on this tour, to really turn a game into a contest. 32 for none in the chase. We were getting excited up here, Shamim, you and I. But the class of Taskin told, and for Ireland, they have to play better. It's that simple. And as the countdown gets going, let's play with Mr. White detergent powder. With Gareth Delaney getting things going. 2 fielders allowed outside the circle at this stage. Deep backward square leg is out, and a deep mid-wicket in place as well. All 5 fielders on the offside are up in the circle. Their bowling has not been good enough so far on this tour. It's been inconsistent, it's been erratic, particularly that first T20I, the Lions. Can they be better today? As that's helped away out to the protection. Single to start with. An abridged game, 17 overs per side. Bangladesh are going to continue their big hitting exploits, you'd expect, Shamim.
I would expect that, but they'd much rather have a look early on, because you've got a new kind of bowler, leg spinner, who Bangladeshis are not used to, particularly in the domestic circuit. So just worth a look early on. Ample opportunity to get a move on later.
We've been talking off air during the rain delays, haven't we, about the problems with the line for the Irish bowlers. Again, down the leg side, this is going to be given as a wide, but consistently we saw it in the highlights package. The seamers far too wide outside the off stump, allowing the batters to free their arms, and the runs have just come so easily. Some mixed bowling, isn't there, from the Irish attack?
Well, he got away with that even on that occasion. Just going down the leg side.
Get back for a couple, really good running. That's been something that we've seen throughout, not just the T20I series, the ODI series. Good intent from the Bangladeshi batters.
A bit of watch out here. Is initially running right down the wicket. Might catch the umpire's eyes. He needs to stay away from the center, the danger zone of the wicket.
And the leg side, no contact with anything. Again, the line from the Irish bowlers erratic to start with.
Just going back to the point about the ball going on the outfield and collecting a bit of moisture. And with the leggy, you need to have a good grip on that to get the revs in. And that might be worrisome for Delaney here.
Single here with Dockrell right on the edge of the circle. Yeah, interesting move. Certainly Delaney is a bowler who doesn't turn the ball a huge amount. He bowls very flat through the air. And I think Sterling just looking to get through one over. That was what Harry Tector was utilised for in the first over of the previous game. This time he's gone to the leg spinner. Not possibly the greatest start for Ireland. It's better. Single will be run quickly and they'll have to scamper to get through.
The calling between the two has been good. We saw in the previous game, Ronnie Talukdar and Liton Kumar Das built up a good understanding, and because they're pretty good young feet they have, and with 7 runs on the board, Ronnie will feel comfortable, doesn't really need to do anything out of the ordinary. If there's a ball to be hit, he'll oblige. I don't think he's going to take a chance so early on.
Happy to just work it around for now. So 8 runs in fact come from that first over. Bangladesh 8 for none.
ওয়াও পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি না তো তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিনস ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে
শিরিন বানু মিতিল 1971 সালে পাবনা টেলিফোন এক্সচেঞ্জ বুথ দখল করে। এমন সব ইতিহাসের আলো অনলাইন মুক্তিযুদ্ধ জাদুঘরের মাধ্যমে পৌঁছে যাক সবার কাছে। দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে গ্রামীণ ফোন।
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার। এর 6 গুণ মিল্ক ময়েশ্চার আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ অ্যান্ড ইয়াং লুকিং স্কিন। এখন 5 টাকা কমে মাত্র 55 টাকায়।
এগিয়ে যাবার এই জার্নিতে আপনাদের জন্যই আমাদের সব চেষ্টা। আপনাদের সাথে নিয়ে বাংলা লিগ এখন 4 কোটির পরিবার।
চিলি চিকেন রোস্ট কিংবা ঝাল মাংস রান্নায় প্রাণ সস দিলে স্বাদ হবে 100
প্রাণ সস সসের বস।
The things, there's going to be new over from a pacer.
Mark Adair starts out and he's dispatched over the head of the mid-on fielder who's up in the circle. That is all about. Tries to repeat the dose. This time Graham Hume will cut it off at mid-on. Adair has assumed the mantle of the leader of the attack with the absence of Josh Little, who is going to be in action in the IPL very shortly. No Craig Young apart from one appearance so far, and no Barry McCarthy as well. And he hasn't found the wicket-taking form that he's shown for Ireland previously. These conditions maybe not quite suiting him.
The wicket here, I think, is going to be conducive even after the rain. I don't think there's going to be
Irish bowlers has been their lack of consistency has meant no wickets in the power play really of any note. Just 3 in the ODI series, one of which was a run out, and none so far in the T20I series. They need to make early breakthroughs.
And to do that, they have to be consistent. They have to be disciplined. Unfortunately, we talked about the wrong lines and lengths that they tended to bowl in, particularly in the last ODI and the first T20. Now, protection at long on. The player goes to the boundary, anticipating drive through the line of the ball from Ronnie Talukdar, and the point fielder comes within the 30-yard circle.
And the leg side just thuds off the glove, so it will be a single. Adair has been Ireland's go-to man in this format of the game in terms of wicket-taking. He's picked up 81 wickets in just 62 appearances, but on this tour, it's proven quite costly, particularly in the ODI series, going for 77 and 60 in 2 10-over spells the first 2 games. Can he find the breaks through that Ireland need? He went for 48 in the first T20I.
Well, what he needs to do, because he doesn't have too much of a pace, he needs to be really meticulous and accurate.
He's tended to pick up a lot of his wickets with slower balls, particularly towards the death. Good running here. Gets Bangladesh back for 2. It's a new attitude to the game, isn't it, for Bangladesh? Tell us about this surface, Shamin.
Oh, it looks pretty flat, doesn't it? Hardly any grass. I'm sure the batters fancy themselves. Despite the fact that Ireland put Bangladesh into bat, I think Shakib said he was pretty happy to be batting first. With at that point in time, we didn't expect the match to be reduced to 17 overs. Nevertheless, these two have not looked too uncomfortable on this batting-friendly track.
Puds into the thigh pad. Was their bat involved as well? Giving us runs, just a little clip from Liton Kumar Das. 4 to the total, fine legs up in the circle, it races away. That gets us to the end of the second over, 21 for none. Flying start from the hosts. I want to read you one quick quote from Taskin Ahmed. We saw the match last night talking about South Africa against the West Indies when they made 100 in the power play. As Graham Hume comes into the attack, he's going to go away for 4. Inside edge, real fortune. But this aggressive approach, this new intent from Bangladesh, it's very profitable.
Just the freedom that's been given by the think tank. They've really not shied away from going for the big shots. It was there to be hit. It's just the line was a little awry in terms of getting in line with the ball, but got the inside part of the bat. Very fortunate. Could have gone and hit the stumps. But as they say, fortune favors the brave.
Again, a big aggressive intent. Just going to finish that quote for you, Shamim. Liton Kumar Das was asked by Taskin Ahmed, can we emulate what South Africa were doing against West Indies in that phenomenal series down there that West Indies won last night? He said, if they can do it, why can't we? And what Taskin Ahmed said was, it's a very positive side. We were enjoying their batting, watching on the TV. Good to see their brand of cricket. We want to impersonate it.
Yeah, I think they have that confidence level back with the performances against the world champions England, which Bangladesh won 3-0, and the way they've managed to just keep the Irish very much quiet. It's definitely augurs well for the future of Bangladesh cricket in this format, with the new blood, with the inclusion of the new coach and new approach to the whole game.
More positive intent, outstanding batting. Going to go all the way for 6. It's the first maximum, and it goes to the man we're just talking about, that aggressive intent, Liton Kumar Das.
Oh yeah, he's really enjoying himself, and from the bowling, Hume hasn't bowled too far. Look at that shimmy down the wicket, so very balanced, gets behind that meaty part of the bat, wonderful follow through, and it goes the distance. Terrific shot.
Hooked away, there's 2 men out there, will be cut off by Gareth Delaney. Will just be a single. Good fielding. Really being put to the sword, the Irish bowlers are only 10 minutes into this shortened game.
Yeah, and you can see the attitude if we look at that shot again. And you see the movement from, oh no, this is the one prior to that. This is the one that got him the 6. Look at how far that got him the 6. Look at how far down he comes to meet the ball. That shows confidence. Even in the delivery after that one.
Oh, maybe the first opportunity. Instead, it's 2 runs to the total.
Well, I'm afraid the luck of the Irish running out here. First of all, that could have been held by someone as it hung in there for a little off. Maybe the bowler could have done a little better, allowed that extra run to be taken.
Down the ground again. Paul Sterling runs back over his shoulder but won't get there. Will cut off the boundary, but 2 more runs to the total as Bangladesh are off to a flyer. 3 bowled. It's 37 for none.
জীবাণু ধুতে থাকো, জীবাণু ধুতে থাকো। এই বান্টি, তোর সাবান স্লো নাকি রে? সাবান সাবান সাবান, তোর এখন সাবান দিয়ে হাত ধুচ্ছিস? ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ। ভিটামিন যুক্ত
একজন শহীদ বুদ্ধিজীবী ডক্টর ফজলে রাব্বির বীরত্ব গাথা, এমনই সব ইতিহাসের আলো অনলাইন মুক্তিযুদ্ধ জাদুঘরের মাধ্যমে পৌঁছে যাক সবার কাছে, দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে গ্রামীণ ফোন।
হুইল ময়লার সাথে দূর করে
দুর্গন্ধ আর
কাপড় রাখে ফ্রেশ। হুইল 2-in-1।
স্যার বাঁকে না তো, ভাঙা যায়। ভিগো ওয়্যার গার্ড প্রয়োজন মতো বাঁকানো যায়, অধিক চাপেও ভাঙে না। ভিগো ওয়্যার গার্ড বাঁকে কিন্তু ভাঙে না।
ফ্রেন্ডরা খের বলে কয়ে আসে। ভাগ্যিস ফ্রিজে মাংস ছিল, আর ছিল রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাংসের মশলা। ব্যাস হয়ে যাবে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
Track as the Irish have their work cut out. Bangladesh is in a marauding mood now.
Tigers marauding, and they continue to maraud. It should have probably been taken. George Dockrell, one of Ireland's best fielders, right on the rope. Instead of it being the first wicket, it goes through his hands. Maybe the bit of moisture on the ball. It goes for 6.
Well, you need a bit of luck when you are in that kind of a mood, and might have got a hand to it, but it was traveling at a rate of not. I think it just burst through his hands. And have a look at that. It was. Let's have a look as he swivels round, gets it in the air, not absolute control, but enough. Oh, maybe, just maybe, a yard behind. Might have made it easier. He's really in an arrogant mood now. Ronnie and Liton on that occasion really thrashing the ball to the boundary with utmost ease.
And I think Liton Kumar Das was watching the game in South Africa again last night, because he's taking that exact same approach that those two teams did down there. Everything must go. He's absolutely flying. 26 off 9 deliveries. The drop catch goes for 6, followed up with the boundary for 4.
The bowler's in complete disarray here. Bowling short, getting it over the square leg, bowling short and goes over long on.
Gonna be 4 more. Brilliant batting this. Gives himself room outside the leg stump. Wasn't a bad delivery, was the slower ball from Adair. 6, 4, 4. The 50 is up in just the 4th over.
Incredible. And look at this correction of the shot. He just saw the slow ball coming, adjusted his stroke. Just the toe end of the bat, knew that there was a gap between backward point and cover point, and it went racing away. Just doesn't know, the bowler, what to do. Taken apart here by Bangladesh.
Gonna run a quick single, direct hit. Might have been close, but Ireland right now are being run ragged, blitzed away by this opening partnership that has put on the 50 in just 21 deliveries. The run rate at the moment, it's over 14.
Exceptional, extraordinary. And the back of the hand, even that didn't work. You see the way he detected it, he waited and timed it so very nicely. They're playing around with the bowlers now, Liton Das and Ronnie Talukdar.
Goes to death bowling, might take him on. Onto the stumps, could be close. Should maybe just get home. A little bit of an Irish centre forward there from Mark Adair. Kicks it onto the stumps cleanly. We will go upstairs.
Well, from the body language of the players, I think they just want to go and carry on. May have decided that we're not going upstairs, so just going to carry on. I think the batter was safe, and umpire didn't bother to go up. Here he comes, slides the bat in, exactly the thing to do, despite the ball striking directly. It was quite a well-controlled run. He just called his partner, an immediate response. That's the kick you're talking about.
Fastest 50 in T20I history for Bangladesh. The runs continuing to come, 4 bowled, 54 for none.
শিরিন বানু মিতিল 1971 সালে পাবনা টেলিফোন এক্সচেঞ্জ বুথ দখল করে, এমনই সব ইতিহাসের আলো অনলাইন মুক্তিযুদ্ধ জাদুঘরের মাধ্যমে পৌঁছে যাক সবার কাছে, দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে গ্রামীণ ফোন।
নাজিয়ানা, আনিকা।
ম্যাডাম, সিনেমা হিরোর নামেই চলে। আপনি চুলে নজর দেন, গরম আর ঘাম চুলে শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে।
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব, আমিও আর আমার চুলও। নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন, এতে আছে আমলা, পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স, যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। শাইন করব মন খুলে।
এগিয়ে যাওয়ার এই জার্নিতে আমরা আছি আপনার সাথে। ধন্যবাদ আপনাদের। বাংলা লিংক এখন 4 কোটির পরিবার।
আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ
Beyond is in the attack again. We talk about the width, it's gone to the boundary. Such a lovely piece of timing that is from Litun Kumar Das. With that boundary, he races over to 36 in just 13 deliveries. And they're already dancing in the stands. Look how much time he gets. And look for that placement. And gets it perfect in between those two fielders. To the boundary. What a start this is for Bangladesh. This time he moves across and plays it on the onside behind the square over the top of that infielder at short fine for another boundary. It's been a treat to watch these two. As I say, a very good afternoon to HT Ackerman.
He's in some sort of form, isn't he? Litun Kumar Das. We know that over the last few weeks he's struggled to get going, but these last two innings have been sensational.
VIPs, dignitaries present, watching this blistering start from Bangladesh. On the hand, beyond the pardon. Again, it's the width. It's gone the distance. They really cannot find the right line or the length. Now they're being taken apart by this opening pair.
Yeah, unfortunately, this has been a problem for Ireland inside the power players in both the ODIs as well as the T20s now. Both boundary fielders are away on the leg side, and this is wide of off stump. There is just absolutely no ways that a captain can place a field for that type of bowling.
14 in the first three. He pulls the length back. It's important when we speak about line and length. This is good running, very good running. Even if when they managed to pick up boundaries in the first three deliveries of this over, they're still looking to put pressure on the fielders. But coming back for the second, taking the first one very, very quickly. Have a look at those running in between the wickets. Very good.
But a much better delivery as far as Ireland goes inside the power play. It's over Midland leg stump, the protection's away to the leg side. You can defend that.
Short ball. He's got away with that because that ball has gone straight to the fielder. It'll only be a single. Remember, it is a 17 over a side, so the power play consists of 5 overs this time around. Bangladesh 73 without loss.
আজকে স্পেশাল ডে। ওই ড্রেসটাই পরেছিস তো, যেটা গত বছর একসাথে কিনেছিলাম? ঘুরেই দেখ। চিটার, ইয়াংগেস্ট প্রেজেন্টার হয়েছিস আর নতুন ড্রেস কিনে ফেললি? এটা ঠিক না।
এটাই ঠিক, তোর পাউডার ঠিক নেই।
এটা তো ড্রেসের ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি, সাধারণ
পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
Ben White, right arm leg spinner from Madhumati Bank Limited End. Come on, Wheelo! Litun Kumar Das on 49. And that will be his 50. He missed out the first time around, but this time he's picked up his 50 and in really quick time. It's an excellent display of power hitting from the classy Litun Kumar Das.
Happy with their line. Coach Harry.
He had too many opportunities to pick up boundaries. 5 4s and 3 6s. This is wide and cracked away. One bounce to the fans. So 4 more. But this is Ronnie Taluda at his best. When the players and the team management, even the coach talk about, forget about the fear of failure. Take it out of your head. Just throw it out of the dressing room. And that's exactly what has happened for Bangladesh. They're playing freely. And they're backing themselves up to play some good shots. Good delivery. Now, this is the fastest 50 for Bangladesh in a T20 international. Now this come from the bat of classy Litun Kumar Das. 18 deliveries. Oh! Swing and a miss.
Just holds up a little bit, just a touch. And I do think that this is a much better batting surface than the one that was played in the first T20 international. I know the score would suggest that that was also a flat road, but the bowling left a lot to be desired, to be honest. That'll be 4 more. 4 more for Das. Ireland, well, they're all over the place. 83 without loss.
একজন শহীদ বুদ্ধিজীবী ডক্টর ফজলে রাব্বির বীরত্ব গাথা, এমনই সব ইতিহাসের আলো অনলাইন মুক্তিযুদ্ধ জাদুঘরের মাধ্যমে পৌঁছে যাক সবার কাছে। দেশের 1 নম্বর
maximum. This time he just moves around, but Delaney bowls as well, follows the batter, cramps him for room.
Yeah, I think not that many people would like to hear this, but the harsh reality is that there's been some lovely shots that have been played, there's no doubt about it, but the loose deliveries that are bowled, when you play against top nations, you're going to get punished. It might not be pleasant hearing, but you'd get away with it when you play against the lesser teams, if you can call it that, but not against these top teams like Bangladesh.
Shot. The fielder there. Will only be a single, but they're looking to play shots one after another. They have not yet taken a step back. Both the batters, not just one, both of them. Have a look at the classy Lichun Kumar Das picking up the quickest T20 international 50 for Bangladesh. Not too much width, and he hardly misses out. The beautiful touch. Have a look at his wagon wheel. Very strong on the offside. Back live.
Played well, 56 off 22, but given a real life on 16. It should have been held in the deep, straight to George Dockrell, a deep square leg, who palmed it over the bar for 6.
Board directors, chief selector in the house.
Oh,
For
Gaz.
bowl. I mean, that's the line and that's the length that they need to bowl, especially if you're a right arm leg spinner, Delani, to make sure that you're not giving the batter too much room to work around with. 57 unbeaten of just 23 now.
No room. You can't leave the stumps. Spinners don't leave the stumps in T20 cricket. You think of the great ones, the Rashid Khans, the Sunil Narayans. You've got to create room for yourself. You've got to move about.
He's teed off. That is gone a many a miles. 6 more from the bat of Ronnie Talukder to finish the over. 16 in that over. It's 99 without loss in 7.